Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Math with Mr. W. And this morning, we're going to be adding in the opposite direction, but we're going to be doing what's called regrouping. Regrouping. Okay, so let's think about regrouping. This time we're going to be talking about two-digit numbers, just like we did a little while ago. But what happens when I've got the number 83, but I want to add the opposite of 45? Now what are we going to do? Well, this requires what's called regrouping. Now, again, I've been looking at this from kindergarten, first grade, and now here in second grade. The idea of knowing what these numbers really mean, that this is 80 plus 3, and we're adding in the opposite direction, 40 plus 5. Can I take 5 away from 3? Not really, I can't. I can't take 5 away from 3. So if I can't take 5 away from 3, I need some help. So I'm over here at the ones place, the 3 says to the 80, hey, 80, I need some help. 80 says, well, what do you need? Well, I need 10. Oh, I got 10. You want to take some 10? Okay, I'll give you 10. So 80 is really nice enough to loan him 10 because he has 10 to give away. So he takes away 10 and gives that 10 up and hands it over to this person right here, the 3. So he becomes 13. So that's really 10 plus 3 is being pushed over here and becomes 13. Now, can I put this together? Well, sure I can. This is now 13, and if I want to take away 5, it's much easier to take away 5 from 13 than it was from 3. So 13 and 5, well, that's quite a ways away from each other. Matter of fact, they're about 8 away, and that's something that they'll learn in first grade because they know that 8 plus 5 is 13, so that 13, adding the opposite direction of 5, gets them down to 8. And now what happened here? Well, our 80 now is 70. Was 80, but now it's 70. So 70, we add the opposite direction to 40, and we end up with 30. So 30 plus 8 is our solution, which equals 38. Now, I know you guys as teachers, and you've been doing this for a long time, you'd write this number on the board. You'd write 83, and you'd have 45, and you'd tell your students to do this, and maybe put a 7 up here. This is the way I learned it. And then put a 1 in front of the 3. And then you do the 8 and the 3. And for those math whizzes, they'll understand it. But a lot of your students out there are going to be wondering, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Well, by putting these separate, they get to understand what took place within the numbers, so it became possible to come up with 38 when you remove 45 from 83. So we're pulling back 45 back towards 0 from 83, just kind of like I had 83 bushels of hay, but I sold 45 of them to Mr. Brown. How many did I have left? Well, I had 83 bushels. I sold 45 to Mr. Brown. I have 38 left. So all this information comes up, but it's all, this is my why. And the why is really important, folks. Don't let it not be important. Because on our next video, this whole regrouping idea is going to be super, super important. And I know the story I have to go along with it is going to make it that much easier. Well, you folks have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time on Math with Mr. W.